Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my first Jurassic Park figure review. I have lots of figures in my new restocked collection. Like you see, I've got lots of dinos stacked over there, and you can see on my top shelf, it's just filled. I have my Jurassic Park 3 custom TRX taken out, because I'm still working on it, but you can see lots of stuff up there. And this I took out of the collection as well, but because, well, I'm reviewing it. And this is the Mattel Albertasarus from the Dino Rivals line. And can I say a couple things about this? Well, I do have a few negatives, we'll get to that in a minute, but I gotta say, it's actually a really good figure, and Albertasarus is actually one of my favorite dinosaurs now. Well, for one, because of this figure, because it's a pretty decent figure. And another is because it appeared in one of my favorite TV shows that I wish was playing here in America. Primeval. Has anyone seen that show? You know what I'm talking about. The Albertasaurus was in Primeval New World and was basically the star of that. Even if it appeared in one episode, it caused a lot of chaos. And I gotta say, it looked awesome. It looked very much different than this. However, Mattel has actually gotten the colors from the Albertasaurus right. Because as far as I remember, it did have this like orangish greenish color, and then it had like this like dark brown or maybe even black in color going down it. Don't know if it went down all the way, because I need to take a look at that Albertasaurus again. But as far as the base color, it's spot on. It's interesting that they would take something from the Jurassic Park series and make it, sort of cross it over with Primeval, because that's sort of what they've done here. But I like it. Because I think this is the only way you're going to be able to get that Albertasaurus. This figure right here. However, it is kind of strange that the color stops right here. It's a weird inconsistency that's been on a few of their figures. Also this one. There you go. It has a bit of trouble standing. And it's not just here, it's also here. It just stops for some reason. Whoa. My screen seems to be getting lighter. Like, it appears much brighter than it really is in my room. It's odd. Can I get you to stand? Nah, I'm gonna have to lean you back on your tail. So this one does have some standing issues, but when you put it up like this, it looks a lot like the dinosaurs from the 50s and 60s. The head sculpt is really good. I love the head. Jaw opens a decent amount, like you could fit a raptor head, or even a human limb inside of there. Do not fall over. And I gotta say, the inside of the mouth is really cool, because you get this like pink color. It's kind of cool, I will admit. And the teeth placement looks pretty good as well. It's got some like horns on the head like Albertasaurus does. And that eye ridge compared to the horn, again, like if you remove this, like imagine if you were to place that horn facing the other direction, because as far as I know, the horn was actually facing this direction. It was kind of curved. Then that's completely accurate to the Albertasaurus, because that eye ridge is really good. It's got like a little claw-like protrusion here on the side of its mouth, which the T-Rex from the line also had that. And you see it's just got lots of nice spiky details. The only problem with this is that mine has a noticeable seam line. It's just a little bit unfortunate, but you do have lots of nice spiky detail going down the back. The only problem with the spiky detail is that it kind of stops. Like right here, you got a whole area that's left without it. I understand that's for articulation, but it just looks strange. However, the tail has no seam line, which is really good. However, one problem you're going to notice right here. Look at that. I only bought this like a year ago, and I didn't really mess with it that much. I actually left it mostly on a shelf, and its neck joint. I gotta admit, its neck joint was already feeling pretty loose. And I've seen other dinos with neck joints, like the Battle Damage Blue and the Battle Damage T-Rex, and they weren't that loose. I can assume this is the instance of Mattel cutting a few corners. But I still like this figure. But however, when you go from the head, the detailing's okay, but then you go onto the neck and it's a little the body's a little the legs, at least this part is the leg, like going down until you get to this part, which can move, by the way. This can move, which helps with balance, because like all the other dinos, like the Carnotaurus, I believe maybe the Grab and Growl Indoraptor could do that. I haven't tested its feet yet, but I definitely think one of the Indoraptors, or maybe two, the T-Rex's feet could do that, and so it only makes sense that this one could do it. And currently it's standing quite well, and somehow its neck joint is holding up. I mean, yeah, it's holding up. Okay, maybe that's its preferred pose, but you see its tiny little arms. And no, in real life, this dinosaur was actually a descendant of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it's also descendant from Gorgosaurus, who it lived in the same area with and occasionally fought because they went after the same food. It's just the detailing's a little but then you get to here and it's just spot on. So you've got the tail, which is awesome, the head, which is awesome, the neck is arms are okay, body's okay, then the legs are brilliant, and the feet are probably the most lacking in detail, I gotta say. The underbelly is really nice, however. It's got a lot of ridges. It's a little smooth here, I gotta admit. So the main feature of this one is the battle damage features. You can see you've got some bloody scratches on the sides. Interesting that they didn't include another bloody scratch on the other side. But the main feature is actually this, which unfortunately mine has a huge seam here. I'm not sure if that's just mine or if other people's were like this too, because I haven't seen many reviews on this figure. But okay, I was checking something. See, if you push here where you have this, which kind of blends in because of all the detailing up here, that flips down, and that feature has been on multiple of the toys, like the Albertasarus, Sticky Morlock, and Battle Damage Blue all have that. And you see a nice looking rib cage, I'll admit. Then even the rib cage can actually go up. And fortunately you can see a lot of stuff in there, especially down there, unfortunately. But one cool thing is that the muscle in here is actually rubber. Like, you can see my finger is actually pressing down on it. That's really cool. It's actually a real feel. It's really cool. Fortunately, they don't paint. They only paint the toenails on this one. They don't paint the fourth claw of the foot or the fingernails. It's just a shame that that's not painted. And one thing that's actually, I believe, accurate to Primeval, it's got some, like, scarring detail on the side of its face. Like, you see, like, kind of a deep scar on camera. And an even deeper one on the side, which the Albertasaurus from Primeval actually did have scars. It had scars right on the side over here, which unfortunately is not represented, but I think it may have also had scars right there. And note, that's actually just a bit of dirt for me fidgeting around with this figure, you know, testing out all of its joints, testing out all of its features. And so they got that right. All the spines are really good. And now, I think that's it. Oh, one more thing I want to mention. For some reason, most of the battle damage, Dino Rivals figures, I cannot talk tonight, came with like a card, and I'll bring out Echo's card. And it shows their stats. Well, this dinosaur did not come with a card. It's just a weird inconsistency that they didn't come with like a card. Now let me get something to hold this up, and then we'll go over articulation. Alright, we are rolling, of course. Let me cover back up the battle damage. Also, if you want to, you could just if you press down hard enough, yeah, there we go. All of it will go down. Like that. As far as articulation, of course, you get this loose neck joint. Tell me, is there a way I can tighten back up this joint? Let me know. Because if so, I will definitely do it. Get the jaw opening, as I mentioned earlier. And I forgot to mention, I'll show it off later. It's got a really weird look from the front. You can manipulate the arms. The legs can be moved, and these new Mattel dinosaurs can actually move outwards to help with balance. And also to help with balance, you can twist the ankles to help it stand, which it's completely smooth underneath that. Like, where it splits, it is completely smooth. And then you get a tail joint. As I mentioned before, really strange look from the front. Alright, now let's do some comparisons to some other figures. First up, we'll bring in the Albertasarus. If I can make him stand up. Is this accurate? I don't know how big Albertasarus was compared to Albertasarus. But what about lengthwise? Let's actually stretch them out. Eventually, as soon as I get like a bunch of Tyrannosaurid figures, I will do like a comparison. So, I mean, I think that's okay, because like the Albertasaurus is actually a little taller and a lot bulkier than the Metrocanthosaurus. So, I think you could. I think these guys are play compatible. Like if you have kids, then these guys could definitely be involved in some fights. Although they're about to fall over. Yep. Ceratosaurus, I think, is definitely in scale, because you can see I have them both with their tails dragging along the ground, and as you can see, this trumps this in height. Like, it's so much taller. Yeah, I literally need to have this sitting back on its tail, or else it's gonna fall over. But yeah, I'd say these two are definitely play compatible. Baryonyx, again, not sure how Baryonyx compared to Albertasaurus, but I say that they're pretty play compatible. Because, like, the Baryonyx here is a lot thinner than this guy, especially in the neck. It's just, this guy has like a thicker tail than the Albertasaurus. But yeah, I'd say these two are definitely play compatible. Allosaurus, how does Allosaurus compare? I'd say Allosaurus is pretty comparable as well. Because, like, I think these two are around the same size in real life, and as you can see, they pretty much are. It's just Albertasarus is a little bit higher. Oh, by the way, this one also has some scarring, so yeah, these two are definitely play compatible. The only difference is that this one's electronics work, while this one doesn't have electronics at all. Battle damage blue. Yeah, that's pretty play compatible. You can see the battle damage here. There you go. But yeah, these are definitely play compatible. You can definitely have these two fight, because look at that. That is perfect. And we have one more comparison to make. You know we had to do this. Albertasarus with T-Rex, and oh my god. T-Rex trumps this in size, which is obvious, because in reality, this is a lot bigger than Albertasarus. But, like, seriously, look at this thing. It just dwarfs the Albertasarus. In reality, I don't think Albertasarus would really stand a chance against T-Rex. I mean, alone, he probably doesn't stand much of a chance, but probably if you had multiples, I'd say, yeah, you could probably play with these two. Just, electronics don't work anymore. At least until I get new batteries. So that's it, all my thoughts on the Albertasarus. How would I rank it? I say I would give it an 8. I was gonna go with 7, but I thought 7 was maybe a little too harsh. Just like, it's a little light on detailing, and of course that neck joint. As well as the seams on it. And it doesn't stand very well. But I thought 7 was a little bit too harsh for it, because the head looks awesome. I love the inside of the mouth. The teeth placement is awesome. The feature is really good. Articulation is actually really decent. And all this spining is just really nice. And the colors are spot on to Primeval. And I give Mattel a huge thumbs up for creating something from Primeval. Because, God, I wish that was playing on my TV. I would love it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. And make sure you hit the bell so you're notified of all of my next videos. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!